Welcome back to the second last episode of the Basics of Trading featuring Pratik and me. Wow, how time flies, huh? We're already at the second last episode. In the 8th episode, we learned how to define a trading system, how accuracy works, and the importance of risk management. Today, we will learn how to backtest our hypothesis. We'll try to find out the profitability of our trading system using AmiBroker. We'll also go through some important numbers like our net returns and accuracy. This will help us understand how the trading system actually works. On that note, you guys know what to do. Hit that like button right now and leave a comment saying Pratik sir हमारा नेता है, सबको profit देता है. It will really embarrass him, but more importantly, it'll make the algorithm push the video out to more people. If you hit like and comment, it helps the channel go a long way. So thank you so much for doing that. And now let's get on with the episode. All right, welcome back to episode 9. Pratik,
We are finally here. Can you please trade? In the next episode, this episode only,
all right.
we'll actually backtest the system. You remember the system, right? We just discussed it.
I remember.
So, capital, let's imagine, is 1 lakh rupees. Example. And then we'll start looking for our 52 weeks high wala,
Yeah, but like looking at 52 weeks, like this will take very long to find this, right? Like to scan all of the stocks and which of them have had a 52-week high.
Yeah. So, actually, when I traded in 2007, right? That's when I started. 2008, 9, 10, like all the way to maybe 2014, 15. प्रोसेस क्या था? चार्ट खोल के मार्क करते थे. अच्छा ये एंट्री, ये एग्जिट, अच्छा कैलकुलेटर में करो कितना लॉस हुआ, फिर लिखते थे. एंड वीड गो बैक 10 years एंड ऐसे सिस्टम टेस्ट होता था.
Okay.
फिर आफ्टर लाइक 7 days होता था, ओ ये तो नहीं चल रहा है.
No! God, please, no! No!
तो 6 महीने तो ऐसे चले जाते थे. So it is very difficult. Now there's an automated way to do it.
Okay.
It was there in 2008 also. I didn't know it.
You didn't know about it.
I didn't know it. But luckily today we'll use a software.
Okay.
I'm using AmiBroker.
Okay.
Doesn't mean you have to use AmiBroker. You can use Excel. You can use Python if you're a coder or a developer. You can use any software.
Got it.
Don't get crazy on कि मुझे ये software सीखना है. There are many ways to do it. We're going to choose one way today.
Okay.
All right. So the initial capital is 1 lakh rupees. And let's test and see what happens.
Yeah.
Can you just summarize the objectives? So how are we selecting the stocks?
We're selecting stocks that have had a 52-week high.
Correct. Are you buying it on?
Only from the National Stock Exchange top 100 companies.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And what's your stop loss? What's your target?
30% stop loss.
Correct.
And target is 60%, at least 60%.
So, and what about the trailing stop loss? How will we trail the stop loss?
Every 10 weeks.
Ka
low.
10 weeks.
Yeah,
That's important.
yeah.
The lowest of the last 10 weeks and we'll keep trailing it.
Yeah.
That's it, right? So let's see the backtest and run it in an automated way on my laptop. Give me the laptop. Okay, perfect. Okay, so this is AmiBroker.
Fuck, that's crazy. Yeah, there's nothing here, guys. It makes no sense to me right now.
Very simple. Left side mein you have all the companies.
Okay.
Kotak, LIC,
Got it.
etc.
Got it.
And you click right side mein the chart opens.
Got it.
It looks like a normal charting platform.
This I understood.
Great. Now there's an analysis window here. Here I can do a bunch of things, right? So here we can actually write some code, and we've written over here a code that called 52 high final.
Got it.
Final because there were many codes.
Many codes.
Final. Hota hai na? And this is what the code looks like.
Okay.
Do you want me to explain?
No, it's fine. This is a separate course altogether.
I think, yeah.
The coding course.
Comment below if you
want that. Okay, so you guys wrote a code. What does this code do?
So the code does exactly what we wrote here.
The
on
system,
panel.
which is find find stocks with 52-week highs
Correct.
from National Stock Exchange top 100 market
Yes.
cap companies.
Yes.
Find the top stocks which have had 52 weeks high. Then place an order on these
Yes.
on the Friday 3 p.m. that they have
Correct.
a 52-week high.
Yeah.
Have a stop loss of 30% on it with a trailing stop loss of 10-day lows.
Yes.
And what is it called? Not margin. It's called something which your reward needs to be 60%.
Your profit target.
Your profit target is 60%. So now you put this all in this code and you put it into AmiBroker, and
Yeah.
now we're going to backtest it.
Correct.
Click on backtest and see if this system,
Yeah.
what would it have generated if you did it for the last 20 years.
Absolutely.
Got it. And when we click on it, it's not going to be minus your whole family and your house and property loss.
It could be actually.
It could be. Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Can you click on scan? Why don't you do this actually? It's a little complicated, so just follow instructions clearly.
All right.
Okay. Don't mess this up, okay? Click on
Awesome.
backtest.
Scan backtest.
Yeah, there it is. That's it, man. You just backtested 20 years.
Oh my god! I would like to thank my fingers. Okay, now what?
Now, basically, you click on this. Why don't you do that and you generate a report? That blue. Ye wala. Click on that.
Report.
That's your report.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Okay, so let's see what this is. Okay. Done.
Epic. Okay, now make sense of this for me. I see a lot of green stuff. That's good.
Which means profitable tha.
Yeah. Okay.
So initial capital.
Initial capital. How much is it?
1 lakh.
1 lakh rupees. Okay. Initial capital we assume 1 lakh rupees ka dalenge, and the ending capital is 47 lakhs, 41,976 rupees. So this is a 47x
Correct.
your money
Yeah.
over the last 20 years based on this system.
Yeah, that's right. And compounding kicked here, right? You couldn't do this on a short term. It happened over a long term. But it's beaten Nifty by a lot.
What the fuck?
Cool, right? So it's worth it, right?
Yeah.
Another thing is annual return. मुझे annually कितना मिल रहा है? That's 20% on average. You're making 20% on average.
That's like, so
Very
it
good.
means this sounds like this. If you follow this system, you'll beat Nifty consistently.
Yeah.
If it's beating Nifty by a big decent margin, it means it's beating all other asset classes,
It's
like you said.
beating all other asset classes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's good. So this is basically 20% per year over 20 years you can get on this system.
That's right. That's right.
Oh,
Remember,
man.
this doesn't make this system great. We're showing this as an example. You can change the variables, test it, and create your own. Ideally, that's what you should do because this is an educational show. And we're not recommending a system, but this is a great way for people to understand that there is a method to the madness of trading or investing, right? You don't need to rely on gut. You can just use science and get there.
That's crazy. And this doesn't even feel that risky. You're making one trade, 2 trades a week tops.
Yeah, exactly. So how many all trades do you see? 600.
600 trades over 20 years.
580. So that's
30 trades, 2 trades a month.
Yeah.
So you can do this casually as a side thing while you're also working.
Yeah.
You have a job where your income will keep. So if you have a job where your income keeps increasing,
Yeah.
so the amount of capital that you keep pulling in
Should
will
increase.
Should increase.
Yeah, we not factored that in. If you had done that, God
Yeah.
knows
So
what-
imagine this initial capital if it went from 1 lakh to say 5 lakhs.
Yeah.
That's 5x of what you ended up with.
Yeah, and you put in a little more maybe, and you
Oh,
keep doing that,
wow.
right? So it's
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's compounding with percentage increase every year.
yeah. You made a video on compounding, right?
Yeah. That's what. Oh wow. Cool. Awesome.
Another thing is, remember we said win-loss ratio 50% से ज़्यादा होना चाहिए.
What is our win-loss ratio?
You look at this.
Our win-loss ratio is 55%. Not bad.
It's not bad.
Not bad at all. So we're over the what we wanted a 50% at least, and we're over that. Average profit. What is our average profit per trade?
That's a good question. There it is.
It's 16%. Oh,
That's crazy, right?
yeah.
Okay, when you enter a stock, most likely, like the average profit is 16% over all these 580.
Yeah, and this is the average profit. We were looking for at least a 60%
60%.
profit.
Yeah.
But once you minus the losses from it,
Exactly.
it averages out
To 16%.
per trade.
is great,
Which is great, yeah.
And the cool thing is you don't have to worry where the market is right now, right?
Correct.
It could be going up, could be going down. You're just following the system.
हाँ क्योंकि पिछले 20 साल में चला है
So it's okay.
तो चल ही जाएगा अगले 10 साल में भी.
And
right?
you're also trading the top 100 stocks, right?
हाँ.
So they're generally
going to be decent.
They're going to be decent.
So tell me something. I have so many questions.
Yeah, cool.
तो मुझे बताओ कि 20 साल जो हमने बैक टेस्ट किया,
हाँ.
what happens in say 2008 where the whole market crashed? This system, ये system के हिसाब से मेरा कितना घाटा होता?
That's a very good question. That is your maximum loss that your system has faced.
Yeah, maximum loss the system has faced. Basically मैं ये पूछ रहा हूँ कि जब loss में जाता है
तो कितना खराब है?
तो कितना खराब है और मेरी कितनी फटेगी?
तो 50% निफ्टी गिरा था.
हाँ.
ये 25% के अराउंड गिरा.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's actually a good outcome.
Yeah, it is because you probably got stopped out and some of them में trailing stop था तो उसमें थोड़ा profit आया तो you didn't lose 50% and you weren't holding as the market fell, you just exited. फिर crash में तो market और high नहीं बनाएगा.
Correct.
तो आप ऐसे ही बैठे थे.
Oh wow.
So you didn't wait for the market to keep going down, you just exited because your stop loss hit.
Okay, और मुझे डिटेल बताओ रिपोर्ट में क्या लिखा है?
So over here is the maximum system drawdown, that is 25%. 24.89, but let's round it off to 25. This is the worst case. तो अगर आपके पास 1 लाख कैपिटल है, आपका worst case scenario कितना हुआ?
75,000 रुपीस गया अपना, ठीक है?
नहीं.
Sorry, 75,000 रुपीस बचेगा. 25,000 रुपए गया.
Which is okay. If you're okay with that,
Yeah.
then you can trade.
Oh wow. This is the if I'm okay with it.
You also have to be okay with the 4,000%.
Yeah.
Which are okay.
Which are, of course.
Okay, let's see some charts, right? So this is what the equity curve. Equity curve माने account balance का worth is in our test. So as you can see, account made a new high, then कुछ पैसा नहीं बना, made a new high. This is pretty good, right?
It's pretty good.
And it's moving up pretty good. Now, what problem do you see?
Yeah, actually, 2008 में भी जब crash हुआ, we were like flatlining. We weren't going down.
Because you didn't enter only. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
That's why it's flatlined.
Yeah.
That's a good observation.
Yeah.
कि मतलब entry नहीं हुआ.
नहीं. Sure. Got it. Okay. What is the problem in this? You asked. Problem is that.
Look at that period, right?
Yeah.
You're sitting for, it looks like 2 years, I think, where you've not made any profit.
Yeah.
Account वही है. थोड़ा profit, फिर loss हो जाता है, फिर profit. अब वो 2 साल तुम करते रहोगे, most people will quit.
But that's right before the huge surge, right? We went from
Just as people quit.
Yeah. Almost like 15 लाख रुपए से हम सीधा 25-30 लाख पे आ गए थे.
Exactly.
And remember, this is only on your initial capital of 1 lakh rupees, right? We have not even added, आप ज्यादा कमाओगे hopefully.
Yeah.
अगर आप सब्सक्राइब करोगे तो लाइफ में कुछ होगा आपका. Yeah, so this is crazy, right? This is only on your initial capital.
Yeah.
So imagine every time you get a new lump sum, right?
And you put it back in.
You gotta put it back into this system.
Yeah.
और say ये 1 लाख रुपए मैंने ये system किया, but I also want to try out other systems. तो अगली बार कुछ 5 लाख रुपए बच गया. I'm like, cool, let me try out a new system, and you can add that also.
Absolutely.
Or you can add it to this system if it's working well for you.
Correct. So it's a mental game. You see, at this point, you've understood so much about the market. I think it's a psychological mental game, right? Like even like platforms like us and Learn App and whatever we've built so far can only take you so far to actually learn, and you won't lose money.
Correct.
But to actually make money, right?
Yeah.
That's on you.
That's fun.
So let's talk about psychology, right? Which is the problem of following a system because your emotions don't allow you to.
Correct.
इसका example देखते हैं. Look at this. This is the year 2000 all the way to 2021.
Awesome.
And for each year, it's giving you the yearly
Oh
return.
my God, पहले 2 साल तो negative गया. We didn't make any money. We saw minus 6.8 and minus 5.3. I would quit here.
Exactly.
Why would you continue with this?
Exactly. Because it sounds defeatist.
In fact, not just at the end of the year, every month you saw a negative
Exactly.
for 4 months straight, 5 months straight, 6 months
In
straight.
fact, every month was loss in apart from just 1 month, because this is break even. Right?
Yeah.
Just 1 month was profitable.
Yeah.
Who would trade this? And you take trade after trade after trade and only a stop loss to be hit.
Yeah.
You're like, यार कुछ गड़बड़ है, ये चल ही नहीं रहा है.
Yeah.
Correct?
So what gives you that courage? It's because you've backtested it. Like this backtesting gives us the knowledge कि भाई पुराने backtest में देखा है, right?
Yeah.
तो loss तो आने वाला है, तो रुक जा.
I mean, it's just that you've decided to do something and you follow through, right? I was a thin kid, 45 kgs, and I had to gain weight. That was my problem. And I used to go to the gym again and again, and I would lift more weights and I just lose weight. I'd be like, मैं क्या करूँ? And then my trainer, Thakur sir, he's like, no, you have to come home, knock on the door, take me there. And he just made me follow this routine for 6 months. First 2-3 months, there were no newbie gains also. It was that bad. And then the 4th month, it just got better, 5th, 6th, and I just did it, right? It's just like that.
Yeah, why are you giving a weight example? So sensitive.
Because, no, I meant that was my issue.
Yeah, let's focus on this, please.
Okay, look at the next year, 2001. Go through the months.
2001, you made a minus 5.3.
Look at March.
March, you lost minus 6%.
So after 1 year of being hit,
For 8 months straight, from July, you have just lost money.
yeah.
And you lose 6%, which is the highest you've lost so far after 1 year.
And then you said, "Nahi, I'll do it again." And then again,
Again, it's 2.5%.
yeah.
And then you made 0.3% profit in May.
Okay, this is getting really bad. Let's
so
go to the
cute.
next year.
Yeah. Then finally, at the end of 2002, you realize that you made a 23% profit. Not bad. It feels worth it now.
Yeah, go through the months once, just very quickly.
You made money the first quarter of 2002.
And February was?
February was 11%. First time you saw double-digit returns. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Then you saw a dip again in May where you almost lost everything. Then in June you got that back, and then you saw dips again for 4 months straight, and then November and then December. Finally, you saw profit.
And you make like 23% at the end of the year.
23%. That's very good. 23%.
Yeah. And remember, we've removed brokerage and taxes from this. So it's very realistic. Look at the next year though.
Then in 2003, you made 170%, close to 170%. In a year, you almost tripled your money.
And you had like 3 months of like 18%, 13%, 18%, 15%,
क्या हुआ?
18%.
2003 में क्या हुआ?
System चल गया.
System फट गया यार.
System चल गया.
And by the way, 2003 was the most successful year the system had ever had.
Ever.
Insane. In 2004, you got 10%, then 60%, 23%. 2008, all of a sudden, मेरे को बताओ तो system तुम follow कर रही हो, right? Like so, 2008 में जब market crash हुआ,
Right.
how do you still trust your? Can a system break
Yeah.
halfway through? Can it stop working? Leakage हो सकता है, कुछ चल नहीं रहा है.
Yeah,
Is
so
that possible?
Yeah, so you're totally right. Generally, a system tends to degrade over a period of time. Higher time frame systems like this, that doesn't happen because it's just over a very long time, and the number of trades that you have is very less. For intraday systems, the degradation happens very quickly. But for a system like this, utna degradation nahi hoga. This you have to follow for till the end of time. Like you don't quit. You keep going, and you see results over a long period.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but that's a very commonly asked question. You're totally on point asking that.
How many systems do you have running personally?
Yeah, so generally what I'll do is I have a short-term system which is intraday, and then I have a swing system which is a few trades a week, and then a system like this which is 1 to 2 trades a month.
Got it.
But because what happens is when you have 2000, 2001, I also want to balance it out with an intraday trade.
Which is,
Which makes sense, right?
So psychologically you feel like, okay, I'm making some money somewhere. I'm not losing everything. So now that we know that this system works, we've back tested it. Do we need to go through more details?
Yeah, there are 2 more things I want to show.
Yeah.
Remember we did the risk reward ratio 1:2, right?
Yes.
So look at this. The average profit per stock is here 20,000 rupees.
Yes.
And average loss is 7,600.
Got it.
इसी difference से पैसा बनाया है.
Literally 1:2.5.
हाँ, exactly.
2.5, 3. This is what we aim for.
And that's what happened.
That's roughly what we got.
And that's what happened. Okay, another thing over here is consecutive losses. Look at this. Max consecutive losses is 24. So there will come a time in the system कि 24 trades consecutively loss में थे. So I'm saying very negative things there, but
System पैसे कमाएगा भी पर उलाएगा भी.
रुलाएगा भी. So it's not that easy. Also, there'll be a time when maximum consecutive wins is 41. कि 41 trades back to back.
अरे मैं इंदिरा नगर गुंडा हूँ. ये होते तो. Nice. Okay. Cool. So Pratik, this system looks amazing.
Yeah.
Is there any way that you can make it completely free to access for people who are watching this?
I think as an example, if it makes people understand the market better.
Cool. Awesome. So there's going to be a link in description, guys. If you go there, all of this data, this system, you guys can go access it. You can check it out. You can see how it works. All of it. Thank you for making it free to access for all you guys. Enjoy. और इसके 10% कमीशन मेरे. I'll give you 5%.
50-50 बराबर है.
So let's see some real trades, Tanmay. I'll open 2021. You can see the profit column over here. So let's see a profitable trade first. ये Infi 43% कमाया है. Let's.
Thank you, Mr. Murthy. Love you.
Okay. So notice that Infosys is going sideways, and you see this bar.
Yeah,
This bar just made this new high.
correct.
That's it, man. So I'll just zoom in. You'll see that there's an up arrow. So Ami Broker is telling us this was the entry, 52-week high one year.
Ah,
So now you see the trade, right?
got it.
And the market goes up, goes up, goes up. You see that red arrow?
this is where
That's
we
your
exited.
exit. Why did we exit? Trailing stop loss.
Trailing stop loss, then that one giant red candle.
Actually, you know what? I didn't realize this is the current data of Infosys I have over here. And the data isn't complete. So the exit is not there, but it's just shown us a 40% gain because that's how much it is right now. You're more likely to just hit 60% once it hits that. That's what's happened over here.
Interesting.
Cool, right? But now you see it. There's a breakout and then it went up.
I can see when you would enter and exit.
Right. So let's see another one. You pick some other percentage. Look at the profit, and then we just Naukri.com, 59%.
Wow. Isn't it ironic that people can quit their Naukri and do this? Can trade on Naukri.com.
Trade on Naukri.com. Interesting. You see this bar.
Where did we enter?
You see this bar. It has a arrow. That's the
got
entry.
it. All-time high, right? Correct.
All-time
Makes
high.
sense. Yeah.
Close में enter
Sorry,
किया?
not all-time high. That green arrow is the
52-week high. So the high happened during the week. Then the market came down, but you entered because high बन गया था.
Correct.
Friday को enter किया.
Nice.
And then you just held on. So money was made when you didn't do anything.
Do anything, yeah.
That's the point. लोगों को लगता है मैं trade करूँगा, मैं करता रहूँगा. But you're not supposed to do that. And over here you exit here because you hit your 60% target. The market went up, and luckily the market just fell off.
Fell after that, yeah.
तो बड़ा सही था ये.
Awesome.
Cool, right?
This is very cool. You know, I always used to feel like, trading was. I used to imagine trading was discretionary in nature.
Exactly.
Like you had to know some inside information and
कि
you
लोग
had to
control
know
कर रहे हैं.
people. Yeah, exactly. But now when I look at the system, it feels like no, actually, it's a lot more about psychological and emotional control.
Yeah.
That you outsource to a system, and this you just shut up and follow the system.
Because humans
Happen
can't
along.
think, man.
Humans can't
You're
think.
the horrible decision makers.
Yeah, beautiful, insane.
Let's see one
So
more.
now, really, what's stopping people from doing this is just educating themselves about it.
Yeah, I think this was the purpose of why we came together. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
If you made it through till here, you've just unlocked a gold mine, right? So congrats for making it till here, and F in chat for everybody who tuned off after episode 3.
but I think what you should do is if you thought that this helped you, you should definitely share this with your friends, right?
100%.
Because this is not a weekend spent well. This is a life-changing, altering event, perhaps.
Yeah, this is a lifestyle altering way of thinking.
Yeah.
Right? This buys you freedom. And what is the cost of it? Just educating yourself about how it works. That's it.
And just time, right?
Yeah. Just time. Time in educating yourself.
Yeah.
Hey, where time? You're doing 2 trades a week. Not even that much time. It barely takes any time.
So we'll see one more example, but this time we'll see a loss.
Okay.
Okay, let's see what a loss looks like. So there's this company called McDowell. So in McDowell, I'll click on show current trade arrow.
30% घाटा हुआ.
हाँ, तो ये stop loss कितना था हमारा?
30%.
Correct. So as you can see, यहाँ पे ये bar made a 52-week high.
Epic. That's why we got in here.
That's how he got in, and immediately
अगले दिन ही.
McDowell drunk होके गिर गया.
Oh.
And it
so we were
stopped
like,
out
Yo,
here.
I'm out.
Now here's the cool thing, okay? I don't know if it's a cool thing, but the low is where we got stopped out. The market like freaking bounced back up.
Yeah, right after that.
You have to be okay with that.
Yeah.
Don't go ahead and modify this. Look at it, मुझे 30% नहीं, शायद 35%.
5% करना चाहिए. मत करो भाई, बहुत कुछ बदल जाएगा उसके अंदर.
हाँ, exactly. Let's see one more lost trade, so people know what a lost trade is. HDFC Bank only 7.5% loss. I wonder why. Let's see. Maybe the trade didn't exit actually. So okay, the entry is here, and
very quickly we exited.
and then very quickly we exited, and we immediately exited after that. But 30% तो नहीं हुआ होगा. तो ये 7.5% क्यों दिखा रहा है?
Trailing stop loss की वजह से.
हाँ, correct. So last 10 week low, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. उसका low touch हुआ, exit हो गया, and that's what saved us. So even here, where we could have got 30% off, the system saved us.
Yeah.
हम सब 7%
We could have lost way more.
Yeah, 30%.
And it would have taken 4 months to recover.
Correct.
Right?
तो अभी I think यहाँ पे entry बाद में आया होगा फिर से. Because it did make a new high, entry होगा, अभी ये entered ही होगा actually. If you go back to analysis, I'm sure you'll see HDFC Bank open long. There it is.
There you go.
There it is, right? So over here, the entry exactly what we just said, right?
Entry
And you're still holding.
Oh, amazing. It's like watching the system at work is epic.
Yeah, so that's it, right? So I hope this was useful, man.
This is very useful. Like, I know we kept saying that, oh, the trading is not like a quick shortcut to money, etc.
Yeah,
etc.
yeah.
But fuck, it feels like not when you look at the system.
It is right, in fact.
Yeah, it does feel like it's once you understand. I think the challenge here is to gain the knowledge to understand how this works.
Yeah.
Have patience, right?
Correct.
And trust the system.
That's it, man.
That's it, guys.
Now we know. 21 दिन में पैसा
21 दिन में 21 साल में पैसा 59x, right? All right, guys, if you have any questions, go to any of the episodes. You can drop a question in the comments. The Learn App team will reply to you in the comments itself. And make sure you go check out the link in the description. There are many, many more informative courses that can help you in your trading journey. And this is coming from people who are trading billions of dollars worth of money that I will never see. So now, Pratik, tell me something. So if people take a course on Learn App, and if they have questions and doubts,
Right.
like how do they solve it? Are there people to solve it for them on Learn App?
Yeah, so we have a lot of people working at the company who are actual traders.
Oh,
And I think the real thing about investing is that it's very active, right? Once you've learned all the systems on the platform, you want to be coached. Get last week ye hua, this is my question. So we answer those very, very quickly. So actually through your investment journey, you have us throughout. And if you have any questions, it's answered there. So I mean, what more do you want, right?
correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Awesome. But please don't ask dumb questions.
You can actually.
Video वापस देखना, 4 बार देखना, सब कुछ है यहाँ पे. So now we have a system in place.
Yeah.
Right? And we have back-tested the system and we found that the system works.
Right.
We know exactly how much money the system could make.
Okay.
Right? So now it's actually time to put the system to test.
Sure.
So I'm gonna put 1 lakh rupees as capital
Yeah.
into the system, maybe a little more, let's see, and actually test the system. And we're gonna show people exactly in real time how much money went in, how much money came out,
Absolutely.
what was my profit and loss, completely transparent.
Correct.
And we're gonna do this in the next episode. So if you want to see how the system works in real time with actual money, check out the next episode and we will see you there. And if I make a loss, then haha. And of course, while trading, you can analyze your stock's fundamentals and history in depth, all thanks to Tickertape. Check out Tickertape, link in the description. And before you begin trading, one must have a Demat account. So open your Demat account with the link in the pinned comment. चलो प्रतीक, अगले एपिसोड में मिलते हैं. मैं जा रहा हूँ.
मेरा कंप्यूटर है वो.
ट्रेड करने. बाय. Coming up next, so I've loaded all 3 stocks in my watch list here. As you can see, the weekly chart of Cadila Healthcare, it has made a new 52-week high. So as you can see here, Divi's Lab is at around 0.7% of loss. Cipla is around minus 5% loss. So now we've placed all our stop loss and target orders, and here are all holdings. And here are our current today's orders.
How much is that?
It's a lot.
4 crores, 74 lakhs, 19... No, hang on. It is 4 crores, 74 lakhs, 1,976. No, units times 100,000.
Fuck, that's crazy. Why are you guys all working? You guys should all just be chilling.
Who said we're working? भाई जब तू 30 साल का होगा पैसे नहीं होंगे ना, या 40 साल का पैसे नहीं होंगे ना हमारे जैसा.
बस बहुत पैसे चुप कर. ए जीरो पे भी स्टोरीज आ गए ना.
अभी रोलिंग.